I woke up very early for my sunrise tour of the desert sands of Mui Ne. I arrived yesterday in the coastal town of Mui Ne, which is situated 4 hours south of Ho Chi Minh City. You have sunrise and sunset tours of the sand dunes, but most visitors opt for the morning tour. I booked the tour locally and it cost 300,000 Vietnamese dong. Upon arriving at the starting place for the white sand dunes, my tour group was separated. Each of us was assigned to an ATV that would take us to the top of the highest sand dune here. When you think of desert destinations, you wouldn't think of Vietnam or pretty much anywhere else in Southeast Asia. But this is why I wanted to visit Mui Ne. This place has white and red desert sands not too far away from the sea. By the way, you can rent a motorbike and ride these dunes yourself. You don't have to do an organized tour. But you need to hire the right kind of motorbike to navigate these dunes. Most just opt for the tours as it is less of a hassle. I could see the sun come up, so I had to set up my camera tripod quickly. We weren't given too much time up here, just 10 to 15 minutes, so this is all the time lapse I could capture. This desert is also called Trang. After that, some of us were picked up and taken to the dunes by the lakeside. The visit to the lakeside is optional and costs extra. I figured since I wouldn't be coming back here anytime soon, I'll just go check it out. Was it worth paying extra? Nah, not really. I mean, this is pretty much it, really. Skip it if you wish to save some time and money. Once I regrouped, we left the White Sands area. We drove along some lovely scenic coastal roads to get to the Red Sand Dunes, our next stop. Mui Ne is certainly the place to rent a vehicle for a nice drive. Especially if you want to stop and take photos along the way. The beaches where most of the resorts and hotels are in Mui Ne aren't that great. But the road to the Red Sand Dunes has much better beaches. All these tours are conducted using 4x4 vehicles because there's sand everywhere. No need for ATV rides at the Red Sand Dunes though, because they are very close to the main road. The side we were at was just one section of the Red Sand Desert. We were given around 30 minutes here. The red sand dunes are much closer to the sea than the white sand dunes are. From the red sands, we were taken to a seaside fish market. As per the tour itinerary, they label it a fishing village. But from up here, I could see how this market became an attraction. Look at all those tiny boats. It's not the cleanest of beaches. Then again, this is basically a fishing harbor. You can buy fresh catch by the bagfuls from here. All these bags were full of small crabs. Like most markets in Southeast Asia, the majority working here are women. Lots and lots of fresh seafood. These mini boats are traditionally made of bamboo and are unique to Vietnam. But I'm guessing they don't go too far into the sea like the big boats do. We then drove to the final stop on our tour. This was the parking lot for our final attraction. This place is called the Ferry Stream. At first I wondered how they managed to convince tourists that this water stream is an attraction. Nonetheless, we were given around 45 minutes to explore the path. As I walked further, I realized the stream was flowing behind the red sand dunes. And the scenery began to change and it looked a lot more interesting. The rock formations and the red sand made this walk a lot more picturesque. Unfortunately, because I was busy filming and taking photos, I was lagging behind the others in my group. If you get hungry, there are restaurants along the way. I had to rush, but I found the landscape quite fascinating. I saw a tree branch blocking the way, so I figured this was the end of the road, so to speak. So I walked back to rejoin my tour group. The Mui Ne Sand Dunes Sunrise Tour was a very good one. The whole tour takes about 5 hours and we get dropped back to our hotels well before lunchtime. For all the related articles from this tour, visit my blog MithunOnThe.Net or check out the links in the description.